But each week, we were sampling 2,500.
Right.
And each day, we were polling 500.
Okay.
So 500 times 5, Monday to Friday, is 2,500.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday are excluded. And we've done that over a cycle of 4 weeks. The sample that we drew came from all the 16 regions.
Right.
And these are what we call the polling station executives.
So the popular delegates.
They are the ones that account for 90% of the government vote today.
Right.
We did not cover constituency executives.
The former executives and the former MCs and the rest. So these are the polling station executives.
They are the ones who elect the fabric today.
Okay. Right. Right.
They are the ones we poll.
Okay.
We have their contacts in the from the album per every electoral area of the constituency. So the system will just go around and pull a number from a region, and that will be done in order of the size of the constituencies.
Right.
So the heavy constituencies will have more phone calls than the smaller ones.
Okay.
Like in the Ashanti region, you have Kwabre East, one on top, and then you have Fomina, the least populated constituency.
Right.
And so the sample will be drawn in that order, so that you don't disproportionate any smaller constituency to give me a big sample. That will tell you that you are being fair in terms of the way the vote come. Our confidence level for the poll is 99.9%. We've always been doing 99, but this time we went a step further.
0.9.
To get closer.
Right.
And that informs the sample sizing. It is the confidence level and the margin of error that determines what number you should engage, not the other way around.
Right.
When it comes to our predictions, which is different from the poll, predictions are based on the polling data, and then you enhance it using other variables or other questions you have in the polling. You're able to simulate and run a model to give you the predictions. So the predictions is higher margin of error, 3%.
Okay.
Which is still very good because globally most of them are 3%, 4% margin of error. So we haven't gone too far.
Okay.
It is computer-assisted telephone interview.
Right.
Delegates were called over a telephone and they were engaged in the conversation by our call center agent. They were engaged between 29th December and 23 January 2026.
Right. Right. Okay. Does this include any of the people from the diaspora?
No.
It does not.
Remember, we mentioned that this is the polling station executives.
Right. That's interesting. Okay. So 10,000 probably forms about, let's say, 5% of the total polling station executive numbers. Okay. Let's just go straight to okay. What? Yes. Let's go straight to the slide that one of the slides that on education.
Yes. Okay. Here, education.
Oh, sorry. What have I done? Okay. Let me be sure of what I have done. Where's?
That's a slide.
No, I think this is the old slide we are using. Okay. Viewers, please pardon us. Okay, on the education.
We are here.
Yes, on education. Now I remember when this came on social media, there was an interesting debate. And here I would call my panel to also join here. Now, what this says is that for the delegates or the police station executive that you engaged over phone, this is a representation of their highest educational qualification, which means that 43% of the people that you engaged, their highest educational qualification is junior high school certificate. 34%, their highest educational qualification is senior high school certificate. 11% have no formal qualification, i.e. either they dropped before GHS or probably did not even attend at all. And then 12% are tertiary level. So indirectly, 88% of the people you spoke to, which if we throw on the general number, 88% of the polling station executives who are going to take a decision for who leads the country are people with SHS or below.
And that would be 70, I think 77 or below, plus 11.
Below. So 100 below. So that means, and this comes from my panel, 88% Kwame, Powers, Prof, and Ishak. 88% of the people who are going to take a decision as to who should lead NPP, a party that has been touted to be a party of intellectuals, 88% of the people going to decide who leads them are people with senior high school education certificate and below. Is that not telling on the kind of leader they will choose for the party? Ishak?
Oh, it's a question.
Yes.
I don't really think so. Let me explain to you why. I've had the opportunity of facing similar delegates in the Wale Wale constituency when I contested as an NPP parliamentary primary. You see, yes, by our tradition, you would have probably said people who are more intellectual leaning will be supporting that. But you have to also remember that you are in a democracy and we are having universal suffrage. By universal suffrage, every Ghanaian should be given the opportunity to participate in different levels. And the polling station, especially in the rural area, this is the more reason why we introduced the free senior high school. A lot of people in Ghana are still disadvantaged. And if they are disadvantaged and they still form part of the body people of Ghana, why do you exclude them?
Okay.
So I don't think it's an NPP.
I see.
It's a Ghanaian.
I see my panel is writing a lot of points. I'll come back to you. When I see Prof is ready.
So it's a Ghanaian thing. It's not an NPP problem. It's a Ghanaian issue.
Okay.
And they form part of the people of Ghana.
I'll come back to you and I'll push you on this one.
Okay.
I'll allow Musa to flow. But Musa, do you think this in any way influenced their decision and their choice of candidates?
I wouldn't use that to describe it, but it would rather have influence on the strategy the campaign uses to reach these people, to convince them.
Right.
It simply means that you cannot be too academic when it comes to delegate. You can't be too intellectual when it comes to this delegate. And even if you want to be intellectual, you must bring that issue to a level that will resonate and make sense to these people.
Right. So what it means is that all this big talk about economy and all those jargons, for these people, they want you to come down and explain to them how it affects them.
Yeah, and
what
how,
is the practicality for them.
And what you do, see, when you go down the grassroots and say, I promise you a job when I become president, when I become a leader, the guy knows that his highest qualification is junior high. He will not get government appointment with junior high qualification. Right? So what kind of job are you looking for this guy? You must figure it out. Or maybe he may be the one looking for a job for himself, but for his son or his brother or sister. So the promise must be different in a way that he will know that I will get the benefit, but I may not be the one who would enjoy it. But my guardian, my ward, my friend, my family. So the messaging would impact, or your messaging should be affected by the structure of the population.
Right.
If you miss that, then certainly you'll be shouting and you will not resonate.
Does this educational project representation here, does it reflect on that for the general
Public? No, it's
I needed you to make this point because when I come back to Ishak,
I mentioned when it comes to no formal education, I think that number is probably right, in the same number for national average. But here, the junior high is extremely too high for NPP, sorry. Okay. The junior high is about 19% of the population currently. Most people in this country have now, either have a senior high or degree. Okay. That are the people we have currently. Majority of the country is in this block. So if you're not aligned with this, it means you have a problem.
So the general educational background of those who voted in 2024 is more senior high
and tertiary. Yes.
Unlike the NPP that has more to this point.
Yes.
Okay. On religion,
it's normal because that's generally it's about 75% Christians. So plus or minus margin of error is the same. So yes. It's not any different.
Okay. But the reason why I'm focusing on this is when the panel was speaking, there was one point. In fact, Prof made mention of it, that one of the reasons given for NPP's defeat was that they were saying that they presented a Muslim candidate. So if majority of our respondents are Christians, then when I go into the respondents, I should see the Christians saying that, yes. So if that doesn't, then it means that
you see, on the issue of the religion and ethnicity, it is when people are short of measure to compare the candidates, they are on equal par on so many aspects, then they find a reason to choose one.
So that becomes like a secondary reason.
Yes. So they focus on the brain issues. When they think that, oh, this guy can win, if both can win,
the who would I really go for, then he go for his own.
Right.
So the religion initiative, if you look at that generally, it doesn't take huge chunk of people's decision point. But when it's a close contest and they want to discriminate, then those small minority people can have an impact.
This is interesting for me. There's been talks that the way they are attacking each other, Ken is firing at Bawumia, everybody is firing at Bawumia. If any of them wins, the party will never be the same again. But here, the people said no. 88% said that there will be unity after.
You see, the shouting and insult is not happening in the grassroots. They are ordinary Tom, Dick, and Harry. Why would they insult themselves? The problem of unity is not at base; it's at the top.
Right.
Yeah, it's the top that sends the direction that we are divided. But when it comes to the base, I don't think people would leave MPP because it is Bawumia leading or it's Ken leading. This grassroots is the same. Maybe the level of enthusiasm may differ somehow, but the division we are seeing is at the top, not at the grassroots.
Right. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Now on the 12th, this one.
Yes, look, this is not the first time we've heard this. Nanado, they said he's been well marketed. Well, and this is something that the delegates have been made to accept for time immemorial. So it is something that is ingrained in their brain, and they believe that. And they always use the word marketed, well marketed, and that well marketed is helping Bawumia in this race.
Right.
So we wanted to tease out to find out whether Bawumia is right in using that as his campaign pillar, and we saw Ken rebutting that strongly during the course of the campaign.
Yeah.
So we decided to ask this question and see where the truth lies. And also use this question as a basis to fish out those who could say that we won't disclose and see their views on these issues. It will tell us what they will do in the end. So we asked them generally, okay, do you feel that, or do you believe in the notion, or do you agree or disagree that sending a candidate for the second term to election would enhance the party's chances of winning the next election? It started, the first time we asked this question was in October. For the time, I think it was about 52% said yes, they agree. On the second time, it came to 48%. Third time, finally, around 45. So it's been on a decline over the period. But we can say the majority of them still share the view. If you deduct 45 from 20, what do you get? 22%.
22%.
It's a majority of 22 are saying that they believe in this concept. And then these 32% are neutral. They are not for or against it. So in the event of maybe who is going to lead, they will look at many other factors other than these two as a key thing to take into account.
So if you put the 32, if you look at the 32 and 23 together, as those who are not outwardly in support of the idea.
You'll be wrong to add 32
okay, there are some here who...
so they say they're not here, they're not there.
Okay.
So take them separately.
But 45% of the people believe that presenting a candidate for the second time will enhance our chances as a party. For them as a party. Our chances as NPP in this contest to win. That's basically what it will mean. Okay.
And then we will come to a point where we ask them to pick top 2 qualities that they will look for in a candidate. And in that top 2, can win got 23%. It's somewhere.
So I think it's that will be number slide 15.
Somewhere,
15.
You see, so this ties in with the notion of the second term. Because can win, if they believe that the second time is better for us, then the can win must be the priority for them. And the can win, as you can see, is 20% of the responses can win.
Okay.
So we can
so let's stay then probably we'll go back. Here what it says is that in their decision making, what are the factors or what are the qualities they are looking out for in the candidates? The greatest we got was that they want a candidate that they know can win them power. 23% of the respondents. And 17 says that they want a candidate who cares about the grassroots. And then a candidate who brings change, a candidate who unites the NPP, a candidate who is trustworthy, humble. So humble, that we've been talking about, is basically 8%.
Look at Fighter.
Fighter is 2%. These are the two contending. One is fighter,
you
one
can
is...
say Baume is humble,
And then...
Kennedy is a fighter. But humble has a higher percentage among the delegate than the fighter.
So the delegates prefer somebody who... And I think
humble, yes.
my panel have said it here that, I mean, they would prefer a leader who is cool and collected than one who steps into the water before he realizes it's hot.
Yes.
Okay, so this is interesting. Now I'm sure there's a slide. I saw a lower slide
So
where we are comparing
what
this.
we did was that to be able to triangulate, because you see, when it comes to posters, you triangulate to see the meaning of what these guys are telling you. When you triangulate, you ask, okay, those who said can win is important. Which of these 5 candidates are they preferring?
Should we jump to that slide?
We can do that.
I think that is 41. Okay,
I think
that's 41. Right. So 40. So this is 41.
Yes. So let's take a step back. We know they say Baume is humble.
Right.
No dispute, right? We know Ken is a fighter. No dispute. Once we agree with the decision of this delegate on these 2, then we should believe in the rest of the decision they have made.
Right.
Humble. How many are voting for Baume? 67. Ken 21.
21 people think Ken is humble.
Yes.
Interesting.
But you can say that by majority,
Yes.
Baume is leaning on that.
Interesting.
So nobody will dispute this one, correct?
Perfect.
Then you go to a fighter.
Fighter.
Here.
Yes.
Third point
62.
for Kennedy. Baume 25.
Yes.
No dispute.
So you validate the rest.
It validates the rest.
Right.
Then what about trustworthy? It is 45 for Baume, 32 for Ken.
Okay.
Bring change.
So I think bring change was the highest.
Yes,
when we
51,
checked.
50. No,
So
can win was the
so
highest.
Can win was the highest.
Baume 47.
47% think that Bawumia can win 2028 as compared to 24.
The headline poll, remember, was Baume 48, Ken 25.
Yes.
Just 1 point between them. It confirms what they've been telling us. So you have so many ways to check whether they are telling the truth or they are lying.
This not disclosed. Is it that they have not decided or they were not willing to say?
Here, everybody has told us those not disclosed. So there were 9% of those who said they won't disclose. But they say humble is very important.
Yes.
Where do you think these guys will go?
Obviously, they would go to the one they think is humble. Yes.
Right? These guys, trustworthy. 15% of them are saying that they are not disclosing. And Baume leads 45-32. In the worst case scenario,
if you split that percentage, majority
exactly will go there. When you go to a fighter, and fighter is about just 2%,
right,
which is not significant.
Yes.
And he's winning by huge margin. Bring change. 15% of them are saying that they will not disclose. But 51 are saying Baume. So those change guys go to Baume.
Right.
When you go to case for the grassroots, it's 22%. There it may be close because you have 30 and 42.
Yes.
But if you still share them, most will go to Baume.
Right.
When you go to can win, it is 24, 47, 22 not disclosing. How will they go?
They
So
go to the majority
these
side.
are the scientific process of really going to somebody's mind without them knowing that that's what we are trying to achieve.
So you're using other questions to validate earlier responses.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to where we were. I think we were on 16 at the time. Okay, so when we say committed model, what does it mean?
You have committed to vote for Mr. A or say Baume, Kennedy, Brian, Educhum, Kobnaje Ejekpong, or you have committed, but you have refused to tell us. Those are the undisclosed people.
Right. So 48% have committed and
Yes.
they told you that it is Bawumia.
Yes.
25 committed.
Yes.
And it's KOA. So
Yes.
it's fair to say these are the people who won't change their mind. Ordinarily.
Some of them may be likely because we asked them, how likely would you change your mind from the time we spoke to you and election day? Only 9% out of the 100 say they may change their mind.
Right.
They may. Now, if nothing happens in the campaign, this 9% will still say where they are. If something bad about you happens in the campaign, those who say may begin to consider somebody else. That's how it works in polling.
Interesting.
So from this, Baume is 48, but 21% said they were not disclosing. We went through those
qualities.
Yes.
And we saw so many people say they will not disclose.
Yes.
But we saw what they think about the qualities.
Yes.
42% is Baumia. How much more does he need? Plus 50% plus 1.
Just 2.
That is the base of we saying that it is highly impossible Kennedy will win the election. It is based on these facts. This data is where we came from.
But even if all this not disclosed should go to him,
it's still below
46%.
Still below.
I think when we go to your runoff also, it shows that if it's just the two of them.
Baumia is already on 51,
yes,
excluding the not disclosing. Yes. So the path to victory is very, very narrow. Very, very narrow.
Interesting.
Especially when Brian Achampon is doing well. When Brian does well, Kennedy goes down. When Brian goes down, Ken goes up. Baumia's numbers are much more firm.
But I mean, we've been made to also believe, and I'm here later, maybe Prof being the only one in the studio who has gone for parliamentary election can tell us that the night before the election, a lot of things can change.
Look,
Prof, is that correct?
You see, there are close margins. You see, parliamentary elections with delegates, they are small numbers. You see, if I deal in constituency, it's a small number. If I deal with the whole country, the number is not as what do you call it? What's the word for the statistical word? It's not very dynamic. It doesn't change like that because it's a national figure you are looking at. Where delegates, there are about 1,002 of them. If you are able to get 320 and you do something, then things will change. This is a national level, right? So things can happen, but it will affect small number of people.
Small number, right. Okay. If you look at the, I think this is
the regional breakdown.
So this gives the regional breakdown.
What we are saying is that based on the model we have, we are seeing Bawumia winning 14 regions and Ken winning 2 regions. And that is not different from what happened last election. And why is that so? Because we've seen in the headline prediction, Bawumia is 57%. That's 4% down from last time.
Right.
But Brian is a lot higher. And his numbers, he got 4 from Bawumia and a lot more
from Ken.
Because in the Ken's backyard, that is where Brian too is doing well. So you don't expect that not to affect somebody. And Brian is doing exceptionally better in Northern region than Ken.
Interesting. So Ken is doing very well in Central and Volta
region, yes.
The same 2 regions he did well in 2023.
Yes.
And he's actually dropped in Eastern region, like you explained.
Brian is
from
there
2020 because Brian is.
Yes.
Wow.
Brian's best performance is from what? Eastern region and Savannah region.
Yes, Eastern and Savannah, yes. That's where 14 and 11. So he's even doing better in Savannah.
Yes.
In terms of percentage compared to his own region.
Yes. But remember, Savannah is very small in terms of population, so it may not yield to anything seriously.
Now, on this trend analysis, I think the graph will show it better.
It shows that, on the base of the same formula, Bawumia has been declining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 5-point period. And when he declines, see Ken's numbers, it doesn't move with Bawumia's decline. It means that what moves to Bawumia with the decline is what? Not disclosing.
Yes. Not disclosing is going up.
As Bawumia goes down, not disclosing goes up. And we have seen from the data that not disclosing are evidence some behavior that looks like Bawumia supporters. So we are giving you scientific and evidence that you see how numbers are behaving, and not disclosing is going up. And sometimes it coincides with when you are there doing the polling and they are campaigning. At that point, things are changing hands. So if you disclose that Mr. A is waiting for any from another camp, you see, they would mark this guy red. We were
yes, I mean, some of them change, like you're saying, and I'm sure that's what Jack wants to say. They don't disclose because on the D-Day, when they are sharing, they say you vote for us.
Before, on the day of you polling them, before the D-Day, things are happening. So you call him, meanwhile, Ken is there.
He will lose that.
No, he will say undisclosed.
Interesting. But, wow, that's but the fall from 63 to 48.
Yes.
Over a period of 1, 2, 3, 4 months or 5.
Yes.
September to January. That's That's a reduction of almost about 15%.
Yes, minus 15%.
Yes, about 15%.
And Ken had gone by only
Just
what,
3%
over the same period.
Interesting. And then
Brian has
Brian
been
has
steady.
gone up also 3%.
Yeah, 6%.
That's interesting. But even with that decline,
He's still close to
Bawumia is
50%.
still
Close to
closer
50%.
50%. Wow. Wow. This is interesting.
So one interesting data that we want you to look at is those who voted in the last election. What are they doing?
2023,
And it will also prove that Bawumia is winning this race. In the context of the last election.
The 2023,
Here.
2026.
Yes.
Okay.
In that election, we had Bawumia as candidate, Ken, Adainimo, and Akutua Free.
Yes.
Now, among those who in 2021 voted for Bawumia, 2023, sorry,
Yes.
he has retained 81% of them again, retained. Ken too has retained 81%. So on retention rate, they are the same. But in the intra-defection, Bawumia has lost 9% of his people
To Ken. Whilst Ken has lost
11%. So somebody who is winning should be having an advantage over the other candidate. So in the defection, Bawumia is up 2%. Bawumia has lost 6% of his people to Brian Achampo.
Yeah.
Ken has lost 5% to Brian Achampo. But those who are not disclosing, for Bawumia, they account for 4% of his voters. For Ken, 3% of his voters. So you can see that even those who are not disclosing, you can see that most of them are Bawumia people.
Interesting.
In the last election, when we realized most of the undisclosing were Ken people. But now it seems to be different. Now, if you lose grounds among cross defection, you could make up for that difference among those who didn't show up to vote last time.
So did not vote.
Those who didn't vote
48%
are going for Bawumia, and Ken 23%. Overall, look at it. Bawumia on the headline poll was 48, right?
Yes.
And then Ken was 25. There's no difference between that race and among those who didn't vote. And then look at those who are saying that they are not disclosing.
27.
Now, if they are going to vote, who would they vote for?
Those spread, if you are spreading by the ratio, majority will vote.
Absolutely. So on this basis, mathematically,
Wow.
there's no path.
There's something interesting I saw about the age, the youth.
Demography, yes. And that is where we've seen another shift
Yes.
in what we thought to be Ken's advantage. If you look at even the ethnicity and the religious side, so that we can settle this once and for all.
Yes.
Age group.
Yes.
In the previous poll, Ken has been leading among the younger NPP delegates.
And that's what made me...
Now he has lost the grounds.
Yes. That's what made me zoom in, because when I saw this compared to the earlier one,
yes,
Ken was doing very well.
Very well in the younger voters, delegates. Now it is 10 among 10,000 samples. Bawumia now on 35%, Ken 18%, but 29% said they will not disclose. So if you are distributing proportionately the same way, look at 25 to 34 years, the Gen Z is 49% for Bawumia.
Almost
22
double
what Ken is getting. And 22% said they will not disclose. How would they vote on election day? They will break away heavily, or relatively for Bawumia. 35 to 44, Bawumia 47, Ken 25, and 45 to 54, Bawumia 48. So there's no age demography here that Bawumia doesn't have an advantage of.
Yeah. Even the one Ken had, he's
not taking them all. And that's why people are concerned about the prediction we've given Ken. Because they thought that by winning 37 last time, it should be doing more than that. Yes. But the variables have changed.
And we're made to believe that among the young people, they want somebody who is a fighter, somebody who is vibrant and all those things. But here...
Even in delegates, it's now shifting.
Wow.
Among people with education, Bawumia's highest, biggest strength is among tertiary people and those who didn't go to school at all. Among people with degree, he is 49%, Ken 18%. So if you want to see where the middle class and upper class will go, assuming he's the candidate, use the tertiary guys to measure.
For the tertiary, it makes a bit of, it's easy to understand.
Yes.
Is there no education that, because we've been made to believe that when it comes to Ken, he speaks to the ordinary delegate, the person down there, those who have no voice. But those people with no voice, 53% are saying that.
That's why perceptions are not always reality. The data speaks to itself.
This is interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the religion.
Okay.
Among the Christian delegates, Baume is 44%. Ken, 26%. 23% will not disclose. Among the Muslims, Baume 61. Ken 24, 19% will not disclose. Other religions 47, 26. Then traditional religion, that's where there's a tie. And those are very, very few among the delegates. And then no religion 61, 20.
But so again, that's the reason why I asked for that Christianity, because from this slide,
Yes.
it's obvious that discussion or that argument about he's not popular or he lost because it's moot.
It's small because the delegates are Christians and are voting for him. He's leading here.
But I was thinking it's more with the delegates than at the national level. Right?
Well, I mean, yes, at this the delegate level.
Delegate.
2024 election was more national.
Yes.
And this is peculiar to the
Okay. So your point is that it's possible that inside the party they don't have a problem, but nationally it can be a problem.
It can be a problem, yes.
Well,
yes.
that's a fair.
And then the account, the ethnic groups, it is no different from the religion. Why? Because almost 97% of accounts are Christians. So accounts 44 for Baumia, Ken 26%.
No.
The Guans, Ghana Dangbe, everywhere is a slightly closer. But
So in fact, there's not a single parameter here that.
So if I say I'm confident in my data, unless I have doubt in some of these matrices, those data, then you begin to shake. But across every data you look at, it's consistent. And that's why triangulation does. It gives you comfort that your figures are consistent and they must be true.
Because when you change it anyway.
If you slice and dice it, the same results comes out. Look at Ewe group, the Evers. Ken 30%, Baume 37%. That is why Ken is winning voter region. Voter region is heavy.
Yes.
And once you are doing the gap in the Ewe will close. This is Ewes across the entire country.
Exactly. So this one is not because it's just voter. You are speaking to Ewes wide.
It shows that when you are strong in voter region, it will reflect here.
Yes. Yes. This shows. This shows. Interesting. Now, on
the reason that accounts for his success in the voter region among others. Is it personally him?
Posters don't ask for reasons. You go and do that.
Okay.
I mean, one of the things that has been one of
I'm
the
asking those questions because he has made certain utterances about the people of the voter region. Yeah, he's doing well.
no he says that they are his in-laws. So by inference, it means that that's where his.
No, aside the in-law, there were some negative comments he's passed about Voltarians, and yet he's doing well.
Well,
So
maybe
in
they
the
look
past.
beyond the negative and pay more attention to their
Okay.
in-laws.
They should go and find out why.
Okay. So maybe we speak to the runoff.
And here, we ask them, in an unlikely scenario where there's a runoff, who would you vote for? Here,
Ken drops?
yeah, Ken drops. You know why? Let's go to the data here. I don't know whether there is. We did that. It should be somewhere. A chart. We showed. Oh, no, maybe I didn't do that. In a runoff, what happened is that the other delegates voting for the other candidates, they look for a common candidate that they think they can go with. And normally, in a context like this, where Baume is coming against so many accounts, you would expect that the other guys will rally behind themselves and support their candidate. It doesn't happen here. Right. Baume was on 48% and Ken 25%. In a runoff, Baume goes up by 3% and Ken by only 1%. It means most of the people voting for the other candidates in a runoff, they come to Baume. And the reason it shows that, look at the favorability rating. How favorable do you see this candidate? Right. The one with the highest favorability rating in the runoff, he gets the numbers.
Ooh, okay.
He gets the numbers.
Okay. Okay, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Which one then is the neighbors model?
The neighbors model is another way we develop to check whether our predictions and numbers are sensible. It was used in America in 2016 and 2020, where you have an issue of people not telling the truth themselves. So you ask them, or we ask them, who do you think your friend delegates are voting for in this election? He would lie to you about what he was doing, what he wants to do. But as for his friends, he'll tell you. And the model shows that Baumia is on 62%. So 62% of the delegates believe that their friends are voting for Baumia.
So one delegate thinking that this other delegate.
It is my friend, yes. And this is the count. And 32 voting for Kennedy. Now, if you apply the margin of error in our model of 3%,
today, yes.
almost the same as what these guys are telling us.
28, 29,
Yes.
and this one thanks to about 50.
Yes. But what we are seeing is that in the neighbors model, Brian is lower than what we are giving him in the predictions. Because the numbers Brian is getting, probably, Baumia was probably 61 before, now 62. He's doing better among who do you think they are voting for than the actual vote. So we have two models to test. If this one works, maybe in the future we'll stop doing who would you vote for and use the friends one. Yeah, because that is the way, that's the nature of polling. You learn new tricks all the time. The one that gives less error is a good approach to use.
Right. So let's go to your final. What you are predicting to be based on everything that you have done.
Yes.
This is global info analytics prediction by close of polls today. That by the time the counting is done and the declaration is being made, Baumia should be 57% plus or minus 3%.
Yes.
Kennedy 28% plus or minus 3%, and it follows.
Yes.
Is this not too what word should I use? Far-reaching.
We have shown you several data that is pointing to somebody leading. We are very confident with Baumia's numbers here and the range. So his lowest, we think, maybe 54.
Right.
And highest could be 60. But what we've said is that because Ken and Brian's numbers are fluid, we really can't bet on where Ken will end or where Brian would end and then where they will land. So we expect the numbers to move in between these two candidates. But we are very confident about this headline, this number for Baumia.
Interesting.
If Brian underperforms, Ken would go up significantly. And if Ken...
Prof, you want to ask a question?
In most cases, the qualitative data usually will explain one of the reasons the qualitative data, how am I going to put it? Qualitative data are often used to explain the figures, the quantitative. And one of the reasons that may explain candidates hedging or not disclosing is the fact that maybe the incumbent or the power holder supports a candidate other than the one that they support.
Yes.
So for example, maybe in the last elections, the 2023 primaries, people who were against Baumia may not want to disclose that they're against Baumia for fear of victimization, maybe from the president. So I'm still thinking, in this case that NPP is now in the position,
why are they still
why are they still overwhelming number of hedging, kind of undisclosed votes?
That was why I said I have an answer to it.
Okay.
I've got a lot of prominent people from the Northeast, Northern region, and Upper East as well. Going to Brian Achampong. And when I heard that information, I'm surprised that you have left our camp and you're over here. He said, Isha, how can I do that? I am for Baumia through and through. I swear, if you want me to vote and come and shake you that day, I will do that. But this is an opportunity for us to shop. Look, I went there, I got 2,000, and I spent 2 nights in a hotel. So don't worry about that. So this thing explains. So when they shift from Baumia and go over there, so at some point that person was very prominent. And later we heard that person go, they said, no, we are there to chop. Please leave us alone. And he is actually not a police station executive. Oh, he is a constituency executive, regional executives. And then these people doesn't hide it. They say, we have money. And they say, okay, we'll come and chop. So I think some of this can explain.
The data confirms it because whenever Bawumia is losing, the undisclosed goes up. Rather than another candidate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it makes sense. The correlation is very simple.
Though mine is not scientific, but
You can make those arguments.
yes. You can't. You can't. So this one is lawyer Ishak. It's not.
Yes.
I with this account.
Yes.
I think Musa Dankwa's poll, let me say, the findings of his poll is really telling. I mean, the findings are telling. In fact, that's my reading of the findings. So, Prof, you could hold a different view, but that's my reading.
Yes.
Okay. That's my reading of the results. So I'm saying that it challenges, even though the sample size was 10,133 out of over 211,000 plus. So, but I mean, generally in polls, you can pick a representation of a sample.
Is good enough.
Exactly to project. Yes. So it is a fair projection, which Musa Dankwa. So
I mean, they say when you just take a ladle of the food. If it tastes nice, the pot tastes nice.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. You know, so for me, because that has been the argument. I don't know what will be the portion on the side of the NDC, whether they will also have more JHS delegate or SHS delegate or the tertiary or a mix of them. I think it's
when it's coming to their
exactly, then we'll get to know. We'll get to know. But like I'm saying, it's a bit revealing. Then again, it tells you that a major section of the population, or let me say the delegates, are not people who are ready for a deep analysis when it comes to like
discourse.
Yes, they are not they are not individuals ready for that kind of conversation. They want you to calm down. What is in it for them? What will be their benefit? Like Musa Dankwa were articulated. Sometimes it may not be what they would directly benefit from, but what they are people, either family members or relatives or even friends, stand to gain. So,
I mean, you can tell from the campaigning messages when all the people went.
Exactly.
They are telling them, "Oh, we'll bring you when we win. We'll bring this number of appointments to your constituency. We'll do this. I will take this to here because it's more of what is in it for us."
Exactly. And which was why the campaign promises of these aspirants will not be the same message they will use when it comes to the national politics. Yes. Because these are the people, these are the issues that matter to them. So when we come to the larger conversation, that is when I will be dealing with what Kwame is interested in, the top brass economic conversation. So campaign message tailoring, I think was efficient because in fact Prof was saying that he didn't hear of their promises, their policies, some of the policies. I think this is one of the reasons. They may not be saying things that will satisfy the larger audience, but they will say things that will satisfy the grassroots delegates. So in whole, Musa Dankwa consistently has proven to be a data gem.
And plus or minus 3 data gem.
No, it's good. No, the thing is that the margin of error is very important.
It's good.
Because the thing is, it gives you a buffer. You know, it creates a buffer. So that even if the projected winner falls, he will not fall that significant. He won't witness a significant drop when it comes to the vote. Yes. So I think this is a reflection of what is happening. And Musa Dankwa said, I've followed some of his Facebook conversations where he's talking about data projection and prophetic projection. But the thing is that, you know, I think we are in the part of our political life where we need to be mindful of some of these prophetic pronouncements. In fact, I love the former IGP. Because of his, the restraints and the constraint he plays on these prophetic pronouncements. So I think we need to be visiting those things. Just do your prophetic messaging in your church. But we should be able to sanitize the system. Let's allow the scientific process to run. But the thing is that we do more politics and more we are more religiously inclined towards matters of politics, national affairs, and governance, to the point that we tend to relegate conversations on data and other things, to the point that when politicians are talking about data, they are scared to talk about it.
But is it not the case that these same politicians, when they are campaigning, they go to these churches, to these mosques, to these shrines, to go and speak to these people? So they are the ones who empower them, that when they come back, they also are able to stand in their office and make all these declarations.
I mean, that forms part of campaign
Today you've called me Kwame a lot of times.
Hey,
Because he's worried.
Yes. Because Kwame has not had enough of the coffee, so I think they should give him more coffee. So Kojo, this is the thing. It's part of the campaign message tailoring. Musa Dankwa demonstrated the various religious backgrounds we have. The Christian background, the Islamic. Then we have the traditional and the the atheists and those who believe. I used one time to be part of the I believe in the. Look at the way Kwame is looking at me. But I mean, I'm a Christian. But it tells you, when it comes to political campaigning, you don't neglect some of these backgrounds. You go there.
Right.
Because you are likely to get votes from there. You appeal to their session and get votes from there. So I think, Musa Dankwa has done a good job. Consistently, he's proven himself. My position is that let his data speak this time around.
Right.
Okay, so I just want to make a quick point that what we are learning from the data is telling of the kind of politics we practice in Ghana. And for me, the kind of politics we practice in Ghana is what I describe as the patronage type of politics, where people are looking at internally what will appeal to the people that they are seeking the votes from. That we have to say things that will get them to vote for us, right? Forgetting that beyond this is also a national election that they would go into. It is one of the things that NDC is suffering from today. That if you check, a lot of the grassroots people are not happy. And they are not happy not because the NDC government is not performing. They are not happy because their expectations were raised during their primaries and whatever it is. Promises were made to them. And so, if those promises have not been fulfilled by the government in office, then obviously they will be upset. Right. So I don't want us to get to the point where it will be a repetitive kind of politicking that we are practicing in Ghana, because all of these things give birth to patronage and clientelism, where people are even sponsoring political parties on the basis of the benefits that will accrue to them in the event that their parties come to power. It is precisely the reason why we are retrogressing as a nation. It is precisely the reason why people are stealing monies. It is precisely the reason why most of the roads that are supposed to be constructed are not being constructed, because somebody is looking for the contract in order that he will be satisfied because he spent so much or contributed so much. Musa Dankwa and I off air were talking about one particular person whose name we will not mention, right? Sponsoring one of the candidates. So tomorrow, if that candidate becomes the leader of the party and subsequently becomes the president of Ghana, you can be sure that that person obviously will benefit and control that leader. We don't want, at this mature moment in our democracy, we don't want that. So I think that we should rather, and again, people should take a cue from the NDC administration. The NDC administration has now looked beyond the periphery of internal party, politics and party satisfaction to a more national, politicking, which is what all of us have been looking for and praying for all these years. So if you think that because you are a polling station executive, because you are ward or coordinator, whatever they call it, right? And because branches and things like that. And because you were involved in selecting a leader, which leader then later becomes for instance, the president of the country, you are entitled, then yes. So so the data is actually very important. We have to really look at the data very well, because if you are looking at the numbers in terms of even the percentage, right? You're looking at the people who are controlling the affairs of the party. And Braco put it so eloquently, in relation to the people who are even going to decide who should lead the party going into 2028. It's telling. So then, because people who are, I'm sorry with respect, but people who are JHS leavers will not necessarily have the same IQ as people who are SHS leavers. Similarly, people who are in SHS leavers may not have the same IQ as people who have done their first degree, and so on and so forth. Prof's ability to analyze things will definitely entirely be different from mine if I were to analyze, the same thing, because he has the benefit of research. So we need to, at all material times, look at some of these data and then use it for the betterment of our political parties and for the betterment of our politics.
Prof, Ishak, I'll come to you. Because I know when we started, I asked lawyer Ishak that question. Okay, I understand Company J Japan is about to vote, so please. Okay, so
we cannot talk about, because in as much as other candidates are taking your palm, what is calling for this? I'm so confident for today.
Well, elections are such that you cannot be resonated.
For decades, we have helped businesses.
portray a bigger picture on the problem we have as a country, as far as our political landscape is concerned. Because, I mean, for me, maybe I would want to hear somebody who's talking about figures. The other person wants to, somebody who puts 50 cities and a matches box for him and he will vote for him. And that person is going to decide who leads this country.
So I think largely, as we always say, every election is local. In the sense that we disaggregate the needs of the people who are going to vote and make sure that everybody, maybe we campaign on the message of what the delegates want, or generally what the entire population want. So when you look at the delegates that was taken, I understand it was largely polling station executives, right? So the other levels of the delegate system that wasn't captured. And the polling station executives are largely the core of the support base. They are the grassroots of the party. And I think that in most of these areas, it's not so much about educational qualification or competence or those kind of things. It's more about your commitment and hard work for the party.
You want to work for the party.
So that's what they usually look at. And mostly you see the people who are less qualified or haven't been in school. They are the people who have time, can run around and do things for the party.
Yes.
So you usually tend to see those people occupying those level of positions. So it's more about commitment to the party's victory. It's more about hard work. It's more about having the time to be able to do that.
Right.
So I think that it doesn't surprise me that the level of education is that quite low, given the role that they play and then the availability of time to them. But what I also want to add is that educational literacy does not necessarily correlate with political maturity. You know, there may be people who are less learned in terms of education, but they have been in politics so much so that they understand the deeper, the in and outs of politics, and they can do very great analysis of the intention of the character of the people that they have worked with. So some of them have built experience over time, regardless of the fact that they have not been educated. And you move around the country and sit down with some of those people, and some of the ideas or the things that they will tell you, even you now who has gone higher, sometimes you haven't thought of politics that way. So what I want to believe is that definitely in terms of strategy, you have to disaggregate strategy. Because what you say to maybe a businessman in Accra will not be the same thing as who is a delegate. Will not be the same thing you say to a polling station executive who hasn't been to school or who is a JSS leaver. Their needs are different. Even though it's all about bread and butter, the one who is uneducated and at the grassroots level will think of how he's going to feed himself, how he's going to feed his family, how he's going to pay school fees. A business tycoon here in Accra who is what's his name, highly educated, will be thinking about the political economy space for him to do his business, how to make profit so that he won't get DDEP and all those things. So it all boils down to bread and butter issue, but the conception is different. So definitely messaging has to be targeted, right? Even though it's on the same bread and butter issue, the way you package the message for the ordinary police station agent who is a delegate and hasn't been to school will be quite different. You know, I'm going to give you job. Maybe I'm going to bring professional jobs like career-based things, hairdressing, tailoring, mechanical engineering. This I'm going to train you, build your capacity, give you the resources and the money and the tools to start. That one is bread and butter for him. The one who is highly educated in Accra, you are going to free the political economy space and create incentives, maybe amend bills or introduce bills that will make the political, the business environment very favorable for him. And you understand it in that particular perspective. The exchange rate will affect his business if he's have partners outside the country. How do you bring it down for him to be able to succeed? So those are the things. But I think it all boils down to the same thing. But the packaging, the strategy will differ because of this. And sometimes it may surprise you to know that those people that we think are not highly educated are so politically mature based on their experience. Most of them, we have been with Adubuahin since 1992, and they have moved with trenches from Adubuahin to President Kufuor to maybe President Akufo-Addo to Bawumia, and they have seen it all. But maybe they can't write, they can't read. But that doesn't mean that they haven't had that kind of experience. But I do also agree that it will have a lot of impact in the kind of individual that they will eventually select. Because those orientations will definitely define how they using and how they vote.
So, Larry Shak, I've followed the campaign for all 5.
Okay.
And you hear messaging like, when you go looking for employment, they tell you have no qualification. Yet when they need you to work for the party, they don't ask for your qualification. When I come, I'll give you job. I don't care about your qualification. It excites the base, so they vote for them.
Yes, I think what you are saying is interesting. You forgot to add something quite interesting. I've heard Kennedy Agyapong, for example, says that when they were campaigning, they never asked for qualification. Now that they have won, you go to them, they're asking for qualification. If you encounter such a person asking for qualification, slap the person. I don't know whether you remember hearing that. He was advising party officials and said if he becomes president, qualification will not be bad to go anywhere. Once you come, any of my appointees who ask for qualification, slap the person. I mean, this kind of campaigning is not very, very effective because at the end of the day, there are some jobs that you require qualification to go there. A good example, a lecturer. It's not every job that you can just occupy because you're not there.
Right.
But I believe with this 80%, you could see that's why what the data reveal, most of them still prefer Bawumia.
Okay, hold on the 80%.
Okay.
I understand Alan Tego is at Amasaman. Hello, Alan. Alan Tego, can you hear me, Alan?
Hi, good morning. Thank you very much. Oh, is it good afternoon, shall I say? Well, we still have a whole hour to go. And so good morning. Thank you very much once again for coming to us here at the Amasama Polling Center. Interesting, this polling station is also A and B, is Amasama A and B. And they're split. One goes all the way from Media Kitua to Amasama, and the other one goes from Dedeman all the way to Media. And we have been here for quite some time now. The register has 1,556, and they're expected to finish by 3 p.m. And what the electoral officer is telling me is that if there is a delegate in the queue at 3, they will ensure they cast their ballot. They will not be asked to go home. But if you are not here, then the last person will be the police officer who will stop you. And so David has just finished casting his ballot. I've asked him to share his experience with us. And so, David, please join me. Thank you very much. This is GBC News GTV. First of all, what time did you get here?
I got here around 6:30.
But polls are supposed to open at 7, and you've only just cast your ballot. How did that make you feel, giving that long wait?
Oh, it's a normal process. As a citizen who want to vote, I have to wait to the time that I can cast my vote. So it's not to worry at all.
First of all, share your experience. When it got to your turn in the queue, what were you taking through?
It's normal voting. This is about even 10 times I'm cutting a vote, so it's normal thing for me. So the experience is normal.
How far have you traveled from Media Kitwa or from Dedema?
From Amasama here.
Oh, you're from Amasama here. And so generally, how will you say the whole thing has been, the way it's been organized?
It's very perfect because, as you can see, everybody's on the queue waiting for the time to cut her or his vote. So no problem. Everybody is quietly waiting for the time to cast her or his vote. So it's okay. Everything is normal. The security are here, and the process is very smooth and very perfect. Yeah.
All right, David, thank you very much for this wonderful experience. And so I've just finished with David, who just finished casting his vote. And he's telling us the whole thing, the whole process is a smooth one. He didn't experience anything that would make him unhappy. He feels it is not his first experience. And so drawing on his experience, he's been able to do exactly what's expected of him as a citizen. You will also note that when we got to Atomic within the Domikwa Benya constituency, people who are seen as senior citizens were given preferential or special treatment in that they were not made to join the main queue. That seemed to be the case here as well. Aged persons are not made to stay in long queues. They're brought to the front, and they're quickly taken through the process to cast their vote. What we also know about this center is that, given its population and given the experience in previous elections, they do not expect to have any other situation that would mar the whole process. They're very hopeful that everything will run as smoothly as David has earlier described. And by 3 p.m., they're sure that 1,556 delegates registered here within the Greater Amasaman constituency would have cast their ballots, and by all means, one of their delegates or one of their candidates will emerge a winner. And David was telling me off camera that whoever wins, they win not for themselves, but they win for the bigger elephant family. And that's what they're expecting. And so far, this is the situation here at the Amasama A and B polling station. My name, as always, is Darola Lantego, coming to you from Amasama.
Welcome back. So, Lawyer Ishak.
Yes, so I was saying that, yes, quite apart from a lot of them is influenced by the jobs. Something is very interesting in the Tamale media. I wish you could speak that by me. If you listen to some of the reason people give for their vote. So most of them says that, look, these aspirants, when they become presidents, I will not be able to get to them. Me, I will vote where Dr. Mohammed Amin Anta is. I will vote where Habib is. I will vote where Farouk is. So you see that people, in a democracy, I usually don't want to hear that, because it's like those people lack agency. They vote based on other people. But the reality of it is that those people with the SSS graduates or people who are uneducated, they usually vote based on some particular intermediary. Who would I call and they will pick up and able to solve my problem for me? So whoever they are following, I will vote for such person. I don't know whether it's replicated across the country, but in the northern sector, we seem to be seeing those things that influences that quite a lot. And you could say that
it makes sense if if I know that Lawyer Ishak is with Dr. Baumia.
Yes.
And I know that, look, if I go for Dr. Baumia and he wins, the likelihood that Lawyer Ishak would get some appointment, which eventually will trickle down from the beard to the seam of my garment.
Yes.
So it makes logical sense.
It does make sense. But what I'm saying is that in a perfect democracy, you wouldn't want people to make decisions based on that. People with agency will make a decision based on who is good for the economy, not necessarily where can I benefit personally. But what we are saying is that the reality is that people are voting based on it. You see that? Well, I'm not saying all of them, but some people are voting based on it. I've heard the media utterances. I've had phone calls. Where do we need to vote? And I've heard other people receiving similar phone calls. And you could know majority of the people. Look at our party system. If you look at the parliamentary, the former appointees, well, almost everybody is now a former appointee because we are now in opposition. But you can see all of them are around our candidate. And he speaks good. Yes, he speaks good about him. That he's somebody who listens. Because people used to say that those people were only there because they were whipped in line. But we are in opposition. Who is whipping them in line? Though the Kennedy camp and other camp are making the argument that they are being whipped in line. And ask who is whipping them in line?
Okay, so we hold on to the whip. Gifty J is available. Gifty is speaking to us from Adenta Light Academy. Gifty, can you hear me? Hello, Gifty.
Yeah, Kojo. Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Yes, Kojo. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm great. Over to you.
Okay, so good morning and welcome to our continuous coverage of the presidential primary of the largest opposition party in the country, the New Patriotic Party. And obviously, this is one of the major highlights on the calendar of the party for this year because it gives them the opportunity to elect or select a presidential candidate for the next election, which obviously will happen in 2028. And so, like the rest of the country, voting is underway in this center under the Adentan constituency, the Light Academy Center. And behind me, you can see that there's so much, a lot of voters or delegates have lined up to go and cast their ballots. Yes, everything is moving on smoothly. The process has begun. There's enough voting materials. The EC officials are working. Security is tight. But the only challenge has to do with the weather. The fact that, you know, no shade or provisions have been made for these voters to have some kind of shade. The sun is so hot, and that's the only challenge here. So there's a bit of, you know, chaos. They are not feeling that comfortable. And let me speak to some of them for them to share their experience with us. Hi. Good morning. You are live on GBC News, your state broadcaster. My name is Gifty AJ. Kindly introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Steven Ajete from Ajingano.
What time did you get here, sir?
Please, I came here I come here like 8 o'clock in the morning.
8 o'clock. Yeah. And you are still in the queue. I can see you're not happy at all.
Exactly. I am very, very tired.
You're very, very tired. Wow.
My leg is paining me too.
Your leg is paining, sorry.
Exactly.
It's okay. So what do you think?
The funny thing is that people get...
Oh, right now, I hope everything is moving on fine and everything is very, very cool too. So we are trying our best for the team to move fine. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best. Hi, sir. Good morning. Oh, you want to talk to us? Okay, let's try. Minipa, ese.
Nyamiado.
Between sawabre.
Mabre, salad. Me do 9 o'clock and by. Lanenko.
Date of his sentence in it.
A two, but I'm saying, so much anymore. I'm slow kakra. Some more slow kakra. What's the young time quantama? Time and a better one, a kitchen. So much two. Two non pay questions by 2 minutes. I mean, Abem. There's some a quantum mine.
I can see you sweating already. What's the name?
I'm Stephen. We have with you.
Okay. Introduce yourself, delegate, constituency executive. Who are you, sir?
I'm a police station executive.
Yeah. And you're also not too happy. You're also not too happy.
Yes, because we've been here about more than 6 to 7 hours now. And now still the voting process is not moving the way we want it.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Kwame Boni.
Kwame Boni. Which area are you coming from?
Valley View.
Valley View.
Yeah.
And you're also not happy about the weather, the process, everything?
Yes, as you can see, I've applied water on myself too because the weather is too high for us.
Yeah. So you have to pour water on yourself.
On myself, yes.
But at least you have the patience to wait.
Yes.
How important is this election to you?
It's important to me because Ghana needs to be on a safer side. Yeah, because we need the leaders that can let the Ghana lift the name of the Ghana high. So it's important to me. That's why I've spent my time to come.
Thank you so much. Yes, so are you still watching our live coverage of the presidential primary here at the Light Academy Center in the Adentan constituency? And you can see that, yes, there's order. The process, if you enter the inner perimeter, the process is going on well, smoothly. People are in queues. There's order, hoping to cast their ballot. It's the before you enter the inner perimeter, that is the challenge. But once you get the opportunity to enter, yes, everything is moving on smoothly. So I would want to go and speak to the official in charge of this center to find out, how many people have had the opportunity to cast their ballot and how many delegates are we expecting for them to vote. Hello, sir. Good morning. My name is Gifty AJ, and you're live on GBC News and GTV. Your name, sir?
My name is Gerald Roberts, and I'm the Municipal Electoral Officer, and I'm also acting as the presiding officer for Center A in this election.
For this particular center, how many people have been billed to vote, and how many have been able to cast their ballots so far?
For Center A, we are expecting 791 to vote, and so far we have a little over 300. Yes.
That's good. Do we have enough voting materials and all that?
Everything is in the right quantities. We don't anticipate any shortage.
So, quick one, kindly take us through the process. If I came here as a delegate, where do I begin from and then end before I go home?
So you first go through the first screening area where you will drop your phones and other materials you are carrying. And then when you go through that center, you'll be shown where you vote, either Center A or Center B. Then you join the queue. When you get to the presiding officer's table, your ID card will be inspected. You go through the register. You'll be inked. You'll be given your ballot paper. You go and cast your vote, and then you go out.
It looks like your people outside are not too happy because of the weather, the arrangement. What advice will you give them? People are beginning to lose,
Yes, they are delegates, and I believe that their candidates have come to campaign to them, so they should be patient. We have up to 2 o'clock. And by the grace of God, by 2 o'clock, everybody would have had the opportunity to vote.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your time. We are so grateful. Let's quickly go to the agent and find out whether they are okay with what's going on so far. Yeah, please. Your name, ma'am?
My name is Victoria.
Okay. You are representing
Kennedy, Japan.
Are you happy with the process so far?
Yes, please. I'm very happy with it.
Okay, that's good. Next one. Hello, ma. Your name?
My name is Dorcas Grantima.
Which candidate are you
A
representing?
DMB.
And you're also okay?
Yes, I'm very okay.
Good. Next person.
My name is Sylvester Moa for Bray Champon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. It's very good, yeah.
Yeah, good, pa. I like that. Thank you. And finally.
Yeah, I'm representing here at the Chum. And my name is Isaac Esiako.
Okay.
I don't think we have any issues here.
You don't have any issues. That's very good to know. Yeah, so we are giving you up to the speed information or coverage of the Light Academy Center here at the Adantan constituency. And as you can see, yes, the process is ongoing. We've been assured that there's enough voting material. Everything is in place. There's order. You can see visibly security is on standby or busily working to ensure that, there's free and fair election for today. Sir. Hello, good morning. My name is Gifty AJ and you're live on GBC News. Your name, sir?
You see, our commanders are around, so it's good to see them so that they can say whatever.
Understand. Okay, so we had wanted to pick a quick one from the security personnel here, but yes, protocol sake. So here is where you drop your bags, your belongings, particularly your phones. And then from here, you go to check your details in the register. If you are through, then you move till you get to the booth and cast your ballot. And from there, you can now go home peacefully. Maybe wait 2 o'clock, you come around for the counting. And if you're lucky and your candidate wins, then that becomes a big day for you. And so, Kojo, briefly, this is what is happening at the Adenton constituency, specifically the Light Academy Center, Center A and Center B here at the Adenton constituency. So that will be all for now. Over to you, Kojo.
Thank you very much, Gifty. If any development comes, please feel free to get back to us. Ishak, yes. I interrupted you, yes. So maybe you learn for me.
Yes, but you've not given me the opportunity about the...
That's a campaign message for you, then you do that one.
Okay.
To talk about Baumia.
No, it will be too late. I want to give a message while they are voting.
But the people at the field... So right after this one, I'll take a quick break when I come. No, right after this, I'll take a quick break when I come. I'll give you time
Yes.
to do it, then I'll
So
move
for
around.
me, I mean, based on what is happening in Tamale, if you listen to Sagani TV and co, people giving the accounts as to why they are voting for either Kennedy Bawumia or Brian Achampo. It's usually based on the immediate person they are following, who they are with. And most of them quite research seems to be quite interesting. Because we used to think Kennedy was strong in Tamale. But aside Bawumia, it's really true that Brian Achampong seem to have voices.
Yes.
I don't really know whether they are support. But you've heard some of the insults that are coming between Bawumia camp and Brian Achampong camp. I mean, I don't know whether they will translate to votes, because the last time there was a lot of noises coming from Kennedy camp, but he scored almost zero. You remember the COP son, the youth for Sparrow, or the organizer, did not even vote for him. That's why he was the main representative. And the Northeast region, he recorded zero in so many places. And yet he said he has supporters. And I think Bumpurugu is where he claimed that he had 3 votes and he was also given 0. I believe he has 0. Because that speaks to Musa Dankwa data again. People will tell him they are for them because they want to get something from them. Material benefits is what motivates some of these people. So for me, I wouldn't be surprised if Bawumia win overwhelmingly as high as 70%. I want even more, so that it will tell the good people of Ghana that we are really, really united. The prophecies, I'm not really sure about these prophecies that a lot of people are paying attention to. Whether it's a scientific data. But I'm not sure. Is it an African thing? Or why do we usually prophesy so much when the advanced democracy do not prophesy?
Maybe they prophesy, but they don't televise it like the way we do. Because I don't think prophecy has anything to do with the color of the skin.
I am a
location.
strong believer of God. I'm a Muslim, so I must state that very clearly. I do believe God makes kings. But I am not sure whether God usually communicates to us in advance who is going to make a king.
I'm sure on this one we can discuss.
But the statement that God helped those who help themselves, because I'm surprised that apart from the prophecy, I don't know why Kennedy and Japan still spend money, or other people, when you have already been prophesied that you will win.
So I have Kingsley. So I'm going to Kingsley. When I come now, I'll give you the time for you to do your campaign. So Kingsley at Asin Fosu in the central region is ready. Kingsley. Hello, Kingsley. Kingsley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So currently, I am at Asin Fosu, and Asin Fosu is the Asin Central of the Central Region, and here is where we have one of the constituencies. As I speak with you, it is about 11, 20, and 440 people have already cast their vote. And here, the total number of delegates expected to cast their vote here is 548 at this particular center. I must say that what makes this center quite unique is the fact that one of the presidential aspirant or candidate for this primary, who happens to be Honorable Kennedy Ejapon, is from here and had already cast his vote. I must again put on record that the acting national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Honorable Dankwa Smith, popularly known as Bute, is also from this particular center and had also cast his vote. We've already spoken to them, and they have expressed some satisfaction so far as this is concerned, and they hope that at the end of it, it will be quite beautiful. I must say that if you look behind me, you see a number of people in queue who are waiting to cast their vote, and the enthusiasm with which the delegates have come around to cast their vote tells us all. Of course, I don't know why, probably because one of the candidates or the aspirant is from here, but they have done so well. They have comported themselves, and like you see, we have about 2 hours to go but about 440 have already cast their vote. They are 548. So we are left with some few people to do. Those are the people they already in queue. You can see them. So we are anticipating that probably by 12:30, we should be able to have it done. But that is it for Asin Central and the uniqueness of the center. But let's come to Central Region in general. Central Region, the election is taking place in 29 polling centers, and that is what it is. But of course, we have 23 constituencies, but it's taking place at 29 polling centers for a reason. There are some centers that have 2 polling stations. There are some constituencies that have 2 polling stations, and one has to do with Aguna West, for instance. And Aguna West, we have 1,033 delegates who are expected to cast their vote. But since last week, we've had a whole lot of issues so far as that particular constituency is concerned. There are 282 people who have had their names taken off from the register because the National Executive or National Party claim that they have done something untoward. So they say they have forfeited their position to cast their vote, and so they've taken their names off. Hitherto, that somewhere last week, there was a whole lot of controversy. They had the press conferences and issue statements threatening to go there. I am told that they have been at the polling station or polling center to cast their vote, but given the number of police officers and the preparation that I've made, they couldn't, of course, vote, and everything is going on successfully. I must say, in terms of security, everything is on point. Here, for instance, we had over 140 or so police people that were deployed to this particular center. What it tells us is that they are ready to ensure that there is peace, and indeed, there has been peace almost everywhere. Most of the places that I've gotten in touch with our correspondent there, everything is going on successful. So that is what I will have to say. When we spoke with Honorable Kennedy Japan, of course, I believe that has already been played already on our channel. He was so optimistic that the election is going to go on in his favor and is going to be fair and firm. And he believed that, of course, the election or the campaigning had been quite heated at a point, but he is of the view that that is what has contributed to the success of the elections that we have seen so far. And of course, he had also commended the other candidate, saying that, of course, all of them have contributed in what we are seeing. He had again given us that assurance and pledge that he is hopeful that after this election, there can be peace, there will be unity, and they will fight together, hold hands together, and ensure that they deliver, of course, this nation through the new Patriotic Party. Honorable Dankwa Smith, who is the party's chairman, also spoke with us. He is also, of course, optimistic that everything will be successful. He had expressed satisfaction so far as the exercise is concerned so far. So basically, it's been beautiful here in the Central Region, and since Central, to be precise, where I am, and we don't expect anything untoward.
Thank you very much, Kingsley. That was a very good feedback given from Asen Fosu. We appreciate that a lot. So, Lord Ishak.
Thank you.
Now I'm giving you
the opportunity.
Yes.
Yes, as you said, we have had the opportunity of looking at the pros and cons of the merits, the strength and the weaknesses of the various candidates. So with Bawumia, I think let's use the English mantra. I think it has helped the English quite a lot. And that mantra is quite important. If it is not broken, do not fix it. And so this mantra has helped them so much that they were able to rule almost half of the world during the height of the British Empire. If it is not broken, don't fix it. So in going to this election, the question we need to ask is Bawumia broken that we need to fix him by replacing with somebody else to go for next election with the NDC? And for me, the answer is a big no. He is our best person to present for 2028 for a number of reasons. It is for this reason that when you look at most of the well-meaning people in the NPP, they surround themselves with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They have done the analysis. to know that among these 5 people, he is our best bet going to 2028 for a number of reasons. Professor Alido have already said some of them. In terms of education, he's a solid guy. Primary primary in Sakasaka, yes, Sakasaka primary. Then Tamale Senior High School, another very good, well-celebrated secondary school in Tamale. I don't want to project them too much. Then Buckingham University, Oxford University. He had the opportunity of teaching in some of the best schools in Britain. And with college, everybody will know him Barra High Street. Even for you to get the opportunity to teach here. So he's solid. Then Fraser University in Canada with his PhD over there. So in terms of education, there is no doubt. And he has also had the opportunity of teaching universities in America as a professor. I think they just call every lecturer a professor, isn't it? Not necessarily he's a professor. And in terms of the work aspect as well, he has got that experience. The banking background and all that. And I think it was for this reason that we went for him as a running mate in 2008. Now, first point I want to make is that he has been tried and tested. Among all the 5 candidates, he's the most tried and tested person. As Professor Alidio have said earlier, and my other colleagues, since 2008, 3 times running mate. He had the opportunity of being vice president 8 years. So this is a huge experience. He knows what we did right. He knows what we went wrong. And he's a guy who can even show remorse. He had the opportunity of even apologizing to the good people of Ghana. I mean, why should others even criticize him for apologizing? I mean, why can't he apologize if he realizes that we've had certain things wrong? To apologize is a show of remorse that something had gone wrong. And that if given opportunity, you will correct them. If somebody is able to do this, for me, it's a plus. Some people see it to be negative.
Right.
What kind of madness is that? I mean, if you are not able to diagnose a problem and admit, how can you do better? Right. So for him, he's tried and tested. None of these candidates have been tried and tested. We do not know what is in the closet with most of these people. If you present them, a lot of negative baggage will come along.
Right.
But this guy, we already know him. So in that aspect, the experience, he stands tall among all
Pause
of them.
on the experience.
Okay.
You know this is GTV because we are national.
Okay.
We have correspondents from everywhere. So we are going to Bolga Central to talk to Peter. Peter from Bolga Central. Hello, Peter. Hi, Peter.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please
good
fire.
morning to you.
Yes, fire away.
We are in the Bogatanga Central constituency, currently at the Rigna House of Chiefs polling center. Here in the Upper East region, the exercise started as expected at 7 a.m. this morning. I had the opportunity to pass through Wale Wale, that is in the Northeast region, where one of the candidates, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, comes from. From all indications, we realized that most of the delegates had arrived at the polling center just opposite the municipal assembly polling station, where many people were casting their votes. That is in the Walwale area. But proceeding to the Upper East region in Bogatanga, currently where I am, the voting also started exactly at 7 a.m. And if you can see, many people have arrived here. Many people have already voted. Others are still in the queue to also cast their votes. And so that is what is going on here. About 886 of these delegates from the Bogatanga Central constituency are expected to cast their votes. So far, over 431 people have voted. And I am wondering if they will be able to make it before 2 p.m. when they will be closing polls, because the number, about 886, are expected to cast their votes here. And so some people have already cast their votes, some people have already voted. You see that these are some of the delegates. Some have just arrived, others have already voted. But I want us to engage Maxwell. He is a member of the NPP in this particular constituency. And then I want him to tell us more how he has seen the exercise so far.
Thank you very much. As you can see, the election is going on successfully. It's going on successfully. There's no any cause for alarm. This one is an in-house matter, so there's no cause for alarm. At the end of the day, anyone that emerges, it's NPP that wins. So we believe that at the end of the day, we will not report any violence or misunderstanding in Bolgatanga Central Constituency. Most especially, the voting venue is House of Chiefs. So I believe that as Masola Buria representing Dr. Brian Champo in the region, I believe that we have done our work, and we have done our work very well, and the delegates bought into our message. And at the end of the day, what you are going to see here, it will be shocking. People will be amazed that the performance that Dr. Brian Champo is going to deliver in Bolgatanga Central Constituency is going to be a massive one. All of you will be surprised.
So far, you think that we'll be able to make it because we are supposed to be closing around 2 p.m. and it's like many of the people have not yet voted.
Yes, that is true. But you know, delegates, you have, they say fear delegates, but some of them are still waiting. Maybe we are going around giving them tea, and that one is normal for them to.
And you are giving them tea.
That one is normal. Like maybe if they come here, they want water, you can see that you need to go out. You realize that people are holding bread and zonko. That's the party.
Aren't you trying to buy their conscience?
What I mean is
giving
that
them tea at this point?
what I mean is that it's not a particular aspirant or candidate.
Yes.
That is the party NPP. When you are organizing such an event, you need to make sure that you refresh your delegates, and it's the NPP party, not aspirants. So it's not that maybe this particular candidate or is giving somebody pure water or bread. That one you can negate it as a bribe. This is from the party.
Okay.
And you can see the moment the electoral area comes, they'll just pick. Look at somebody holding a bread there. They'll just pick and go out. Doesn't mean that a particular candidate is sponsoring it. It's the party that is doing it.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And so let's get closer. Let's see if we can get closer. Then I want us to engage some of the delegates who are in the queue to cast their vote. But Michael wants to talk to us before we meet any of the delegates. Michael is the constituency youth organizer. Michael, have you voted or not?
I voted. I voted as at 7. I came early and cast my vote. The environment is fine. We are happy. There are no any hitches. Everything is moving on smoothly. And we are only waiting for victory for DMB.
You should be relaxing at home while waiting for the close of polls.
Oh, we will relax after the last ballot is counted. And that is the most important thing. You see, we want a unifier. We want a leader with character that can bring everybody together. He has been with the party. He has sacrificed for the party. And there's the need for us to give him that opportunity again. That is what everybody is calling for. We need somebody that everybody can approach. That is the leader we are talking about, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. I believe that everybody has an opinion. But where we have gotten to, the interest of the party is what we are all championing. And we have no other candidate apart from Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. And that is why we are continuing to. You see that the environment is very, very calm. Delegates have decided already. Whatever you do, whatever you say, the most important thing is that they are voting for DMB. They know him today and they know him today. The delegates are saying one thing, that in the unlikely event that something happened, then the new patriotic party is not well dying for. It's not well dying for. So that is what the delegates are saying. And in this case, they have, look, when you interview them, they will tell you a lot. But our own is to protect the votes that they are casting, and at the end of it all, we will come back together and work for victory 2028. Right. We appreciate your time and thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. So that is Michael Atinga. He is the youth organizer of the Bolgatanga Central Constituency. We will be wrapping it up, but I want us to engage just a few of the delegates who are still in the queue to cast their votes. You are a delegate. Tell me your name. Yes. So if you speak to me, you're live on GTV. We want to find out why should you still be in the queue like this to go and cast it?
I'm Ashley Shrazu. I am a delegate, police station executive.
Okay. And so look at you are in the sun and you are still here to cast your vote.
Yeah, and even voting will be closing at 2 o'clock. Me myself, I'm surprised the number is huge like this. But for me, I know yesterday we were in campaign, so we couldn't sleep. We left midnight.
You campaigned into the night?
Yes, midnight. So I want to believe it is part of the reason why maybe the tenure is, we came out late. Maybe it's part of it. But I know if the process is very faster, well, by 2 o'clock we shall be done. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me see whether I can engage this young man to talk to us quickly about your presence here. Your name, please.
Okay, my name is Akubire Benjamin. I'm a police station secretary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have not yet voted?
No, please.
When did you arrive here?
I came here around 9 something.
And you still not voted?
Yes,
So you're
please.
getting to 12.
Yeah.
And you think that you'll be able to vote before
Yeah.
2 p.m.?
By the grace of God, I'll be able to vote.
What have you observed so far?
Yeah, it's like those with the register. I don't know what is happening there. As you can see, the queue is not moving. I think that the delay is coming from those who are holding the album. Yeah.
So that the queue is not moving. We want to get inside there and know why the queue is not moving. Let's get closer and understand why the queue is not moving. But our electoral officer is trying to see how she can settle that. But we want to see what is going on here. Yes. So yes. This is what is going on here. We do not understand why there is a chaos here. Yes. So, officer, what is happening here? What is happening? Hello. All right. So, officer, what is happening? Tell us. You okay? So, if you can come in, this is where they check their names, and then before they'll get inside there to cast their vote. But let me talk to the agent. Maybe they may know what is happening or why there is that chaos here. Can somebody just speak to us? What is happening here currently? Because
At the moment,
the queue seems not to be moving.
sorry.
Yes.
At the moment, people are cross-checking their names, so it's like there's misunderstanding. But the police has come to rescue the situation. But in all, there's no misunderstanding. It's just people are cross-checking their names and other stuff.
So you think they'll be able to all of them be able to vote?
Oh yeah. Listen, all of us will be able to vote because we have gone past half of the total number of voters who are expected to cast their vote today. So we've gone past 400. We are hitting so far. We have 457.
Okay.
And
the total number is 800.
800 over 800 and something. Over 800 delegates who are expected to cast their vote. So we hope.
What are the other things that you want to tell us so far?
So far so good. Our regional executive, former regional executives, they've come in their numbers to cast their vote. So far, almost all the former regional executives, almost all the regional executives have cast their vote. Then this our constitutional executives, former constitutional executives, and current polling executives. So far so good. So we expect that by the close of the day or by the close of 2 p.m. everything will be fine. So we expect the good one to our best candidate to emerge as the victor of the day. Yeah, thank you.
Right. So you can see over there that electoral officials are there trying to see how they can resolve the issue so that they would be the exercise will move smoothly here. So.
Well, thank you. That was good feedback from Bolga Central. It looks like voting has stalled. It's going a bit slow. We heard the agents speak to the reasons. We are hopeful that the police present and then also the electoral commission would intervene to get things to move so the 2 o'clock deadline will be met. It comes also the impression being created across is that it's been peaceful, which we thank the party, we thank the electoral commission, we thank the police for being able to make it this peaceful so far. We are hoping that none of the contestants would find reason to use whatever it is that would happen as reason to say they would not agree. Now that it's been peaceful, we know that by 2, when the counting starts, at least whoever is declared, the rest will support for the party to be the strong opposition that we all want them to be as a country. So, gentlemen, we are about a few minutes away from the first part of the program. Another team will join or take over after. We'll take a quick break. Right after the quick break, I'll come out across the table for each of you your last take on the issue. Then we'll do your predictions, your percentage predictions. So you'll be Musa Dankwa number 2. Then we'll end the first session. So we'll take a quick break. Right after the break, we'll come back and end the first session.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries.
Before we go, I would go across the table. I think I have about 15 minutes more. So I would go across the table, let's say 3 minutes each person, to give their final words, and then they'll end with their prediction percentage that they predict for each of the candidates. Then we would call it a morning after that. So, Powers, let me start with, since you are the one writing the most, so let me start with you. So 3 minutes.
Yeah, Kodo, I think it's very important. We are hoping that, and I think you pointed out, there are indications that some skirmishes are being recorded at some centers. It is important for the police to step up their game and for the commission to insist on their work. They are there to conduct elections. They are not there to take sides. The police must do their work. If ever there are people who are fomenting the session, they must arrest them. Because we want this process to be peaceful so that the new patriotic party will come out stronger.
My last suggestion for today, I promise. So Morris at the headquarters. Morris, if you can hear me, please fire and let's go.
Campaign team, good afternoon or good morning to you, sir, and welcome to GTV. Are you still very much confident Dr. Bawumia will win today?
Well, thank you very much. I think that so far, reports indicate that more than half of the country, close to 70-80%, have already cast their vote. And I'm very sure that in the end, the delegates of our party have always and have never missed in the idea of consistency. They've always made sure at every given time the vote to maintain a candidate who has already been marketed. And if you look at the composure, if you look at the resilience of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia throughout this campaign, it just tells you that this has been yet another path of making him a better person in getting ready to lead our party into the 2028 election. So I'm pretty confident that he will come out very victorious in this election.
About the Ken campaign team, of course, a leading member. He agrees and accepts that the process has been smooth, transparent. So we accept that.
It has always been.
All candidates should accept that.
It's always been a smooth election. There's never been. I have been part of 6 presidential elections in the NPP. 6 elections. It has always been like this. We've always held these elections transparently, freely, without any type of intimidation, so that in the end, whoever is declared winner will be able to rally the entire party behind the flag as we march towards 2028. So I'm very confident with the process, and unfortunately for us, the Electoral Commission is in charge. The Ghana Police is here, and you can see the order that is currently reflected across the country. And I really want to thank the IGP for deploying his men throughout the country, and they are doing a wonderful job as far as keeping the peace and ensuring that the process is smooth. And I hope that once we are done with this process, all the candidates for that matter would be able to accept the results in good faith and take it in their strides. It's the nature of elections. You win some, you lose some. Defeat is not the end of your career in politics. Victory cannot also be the end of your career in politics. You still keep striving.
You say that any of the candidates is capable to lead the NPP.
We have the materials. We have we have adequate resource within the party at any given time to lead our party and of course to lead the country. But at this moment, the man who has shown clearly that if given the chance, you know, the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia stands tall amongst all of them, as I see it, and as I've known very closely that he's a very measured, very considerate, very tolerant, and of course he's the type who is easy to go with. It's not too difficult for you to strike a bond of friendship or in a working relationship with him. And I think that's the type of person the party is looking for, who can calm the waters, who can hold himself together, and somebody who can, of course, bring about the unity of the party eventually. So I'm pretty happy that things will go well, Morris.
Finally, some say that your party is going through some bit of turmoil. Will you agree to that?
No, I mean, this is not it. I mean, anybody who says that we are going through turmoil, the NDC is just about to. Internal elections are always one of the ways to energize the base of the party. And the NPP and its nature has very strong people with strong views about the way the party should go. And so people sometimes misunderstand those effusions as though there's some tension or some turmoil within the rank and file of our party. Once 31st is over, you will see an NPP that will emerge stronger. You will see a party that is completely focused, and you will see that we are now going to have special focus on taking on the government and acting like a responsible opposition, providing alternatives and a united front. Don't also forget that we've just come out of a very difficult election. We're taking into stock. We are listening to Ghanaians. We are listening to our party people. We are taking into consideration all the things that they have said and all the things that have made us lose this election the way we did. And we are going to take corrective measures to ensure that we bounce the party back, we make it attractive, we take account of the mistakes and the difficulties we had in government. And I'm sure that a next NPP president will be better, well understood, and would appreciate the issues properly and provide solutions for them.
Thank you very much. Abe Fakabo is a member of the Baumia campaign team, a former youth organizer of the NPP.
Welcome back. So we are just a few minutes away. So in studio. So Paris, initially I had given you 3 minutes. Now it's reduced. So now you are just in your prediction moment. So from let's start with who you think would emerge. What percentage you think?
I was just hoping for some great disruptions in the outcome of the poll. You know,
there's only one person they've called a disruptor in all of this.
Yeah, so that's what. So I'm just hoping that there will be a great disruption. But I don't want to go with the crowd. So I'll place Kennedy first. Baumia second. Brian third. Then Kwabena Japan fourth. Educhum fifth. So this will be my
one time 50 plus 1, or you think there will be a runoff?
No, I don't anticipate a runoff.
You don't anticipate a runoff?
It should be Kennedy 50 plus 1. Baumia should hit over around 48.7. Then the rest we share there.
That's a narrow margin you're giving.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, that's my prediction. I'm just trying to go tough, and I just want to see a change in the outcome of the poll. I mean, what has been generally predicted, I'm hoping there will be a change.
Yes. Right. You are playing that advocate.
Exactly.
Right. I don't want to mention the devil, but
no
advocate.
Yeah.
Prof.
The devil must be mentioned.
Prof.
I think it's a political process that we must all be interested in as Ghanaians because of the caliber of the NPP as the largest opposition party. But there's something in political science we call the primaries penalty. All the things that has been said during the primaries will definitely be used against the candidate who eventually emerges as a winner.
Definitely.
So there's definitely going to be bruises, financially, reputational, what have you. But one thing that is certain is that after these primaries, the NPP needs to rally around the emerging winner, and they see how we are waiting for them. We'll see how we'll go into the 2026 elections. But I believe there's still a lot of time ahead that whatever fractures may emerge, you'll be able to mend it before 2026.
Okay.
I wish them all the best.
Prediction?
I think all the polls points towards Baumia win. So I think he's likely.
And you agree to no runoff one time?
No, I think he will take it one off.
One off.
Yeah, that's what all the polls predicts.
Right.
And I'm a strong believer in
polls.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Yes, I'm not sure why you were scared to use the devil advocate when it comes to my good friend. He does not. He doesn't wish Ghanaians very well at all. I have no doubt that Dr. Bawumia will emerge as a winner. And it is right also because of the person he is. As I said earlier, he's calm and collected. He's the most marketed candidate among all the five. When it comes to resource mobilization, even though he's not a rich man, he can mobilize resources for the general election. And the last election demonstrated that. So for me, I have no doubt. It's for this reason that, I mean, Musa Dankwa is just revealing the reality.
So what's your prediction?
Actually, I have no doubt.
So what percentage are you looking at?
60 to 70%.
Wow. Landslide.
Yes. I said I wish he could get more than more. I said 60 to 70%. I have no doubt he's going to win
landslide
with clear margin.
Kwame?
Eh?
I don't want to predict.
But you've already predicted.
No. I don't know. I see my prediction, my earlier submission was based on the comparative analysis.
Yes.
So if that is what you want me,
It was predictable.
So but I'm saying that in terms of the percentage, I just want to let's go and
but do you think there'll be a runoff?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You think it will be a one-touch victory?
I see what you are trying to do.
But give us the results of your analysis earlier.
I think okay. Well, so if you push me, I think Bawumia will win by 53%.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's still a win.
53.
Your submission, you even made it
Yes.
clear.
Why do you want a disruption?
I'm sure you might not even put Ken second from what you said earlier.
No, just Bawumia. You see, Ken
the
and
rest
all those
really,
people, I don't really care about them like that.
The rest should go and sleep.
Oh yeah.
Right. Anyway, so yes, we would be joined, or another team will take over from us. George Sapo and Doreen Ampofu will take over for the second part of the program, and then they will be joined by Dr. James Kwabena Bonfair, lecturer at the UPSA, Emmanuel Senyo Amekpelenu, he's a member of the NPP communication team, and then also Emmanuel Mensah, Deputy General Secretary for NPP USA, and George Yisi, member of the NPP communication team. They will take over from this panel with George and Doreen handling this to the counting stage. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much for all the contributions, all the eyeballs. We really appreciate it. I'm sure next week when we come, we'll be discussing the aftermath of it, what lessons have been learned, and we'll take it from there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Remember to pray for Ghana, because whatever is happening now has an effect on the entirety of the nation. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
Center. That is serving military hospital. Canada, the woman, yes, Kennedy, yes, oh my Kennedy, oh my God, you know, see,
In 2025, Brian Champon announced his intention to contest the 2028 presidential primaries of the New Patriotic Party (NPP). He made this declaration during a courtesy call to the leadership of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, where he also sought their spiritual support in advancement of the party's internal contest. He joins the flag bearership race of the New Patriotic Party (NPP), which has four other aspirants on the bill, with a campaign philosophy about the people, unity, and building a Ghana that works for all, with faith in God and the power of the people behind. Many believe, as a first-timer and a grassroots person, he is a force to reckon with in the presidential race of the NPP.
Of the Northern People's Party, together with other Northern political stalwarts such as SD Dombo, Yakubu Tali Tolona, J.A. Brahma Kabachu Wora, and Mr. J.A. Nagba, they became the founders and kingpins of the Northern People's Party, which pushed for the development of the Northern Territory. Leaders of this party later joined force with their colleagues in the South to form the United Party, which is the political tradition of the New Patriotic Party. From an early age, Dr. Bawumia showed exceptional intellect and passion for UK, a Master of Science degree in Development Economics from Oxford University, UK, and a PhD in Economics from Simon Fraser University, Canada. He has held academic positions as Assistant Professor of Economics, Baylor University, USA, Visiting Scholar, University of British Columbia, Canada, and Visiting Senior Research Associate, Center for the Study of African Economies, Oxford University, UK. He has also served as a visiting professor of economic governance at Central University, Ghana. As an economist and banker, Dr. Bawumia had a prestigious career which includes serving as the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana from 2006 to 2008 and the resident representative of the African Development Bank in Zimbabwe in 2011. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia contested as running mate to the New Patriotic Party candidate Nana Dankwe Akufo-Addo in the 2008 election. With this, the NPP increased a share of the vote compared to 2004 in other than 3 regions of the North in both the first and second round. Dr. Bawumia was re-nominated as the vice presidential candidate to Nana Akufo-Addo for the 2012 general election in March 2012. However, the NPP lost the presidential election to NDC's John Mahama. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has proven to be the most influential vice president in Ghana's history, having been selected as a running mate on 4 consecutive times: 2008, 2012, 2016, and 2020, and emerging as vice president in the last 2 presidential elections in 2016 and 2020 respectively. His starring role as the NPP's lead witness at the 2012 election petition at the Supreme Court is undoubtedly one of his highest points. Through his appearance at the Supreme Court, terms like pink sheet and "you and I were not there" entered the lexicon of Ghanaian politics. As vice president, he became synonymous with innovation and economic modernization. He spearheaded the digitalization of government services, championed financial inclusion through mobile money platforms, and promoted policies to strengthen Ghana's economic resilience with the objective of building Ghana's digital economy. Under his leadership, the Ghana card became the backbone of national identification, mobile money interoperability, revolutionized financial inclusion. The paperless port system improved efficiency and reduced corruption, while the digital addressing system formally identified properties nationwide. His initiatives transformed the economic landscape, opening new opportunities for businesses, farmers, and young entrepreneurs. As a 4-time running mate, Dr. Bawumia has endeared himself as a reliable partner for Nana Akufo-Addo and the NPP, campaigning to win power again for the NPP. His vision for a modern, inclusive Ghana His campaign focuses on leveraging technology, empowering youth, and ensuring a resilient economy for all Ghanaians. Dr. Bamia is a consummate politician who, in political discourse, believes in speaking to issues with data and facts. Dr. Bamia presents himself as a candidate capable of continuing Ghana's economic modernization, technological innovation, and inclusive growth.
You are supporting Honorable Kennedy Japan. The constituency chairman is also supporting Kennedy Japan. Do you think that with these forces supporting him, it's enough to conclude that Tema West, Kennedy Japan can shield Tema West in this presidential primary?
It's not enough, no. And I haven't been around in a long time. And there's been a former MP before me, or after me, Carlos
Sahinkra.
Exactly. And I haven't done too much work in Tema West, so I can't say that. But what I can say is that the delegates know the ground.
The Central Region, Mr. Kennedy Ohimie Japan was first elected in 2000 to represent Asin North. He later transitioned to Asin Central in 2012, where he has consistently retained his seat. Throughout his political career, Mr. Ohimie Japan has played a crucial role in the NPP, contributing financially to the party since 1992 and actively supporting its electoral successes, making him a key figure within the party. Ken, as he is affectionately called by colleagues and friends, had his secondary education at Adesado College in the Central Region and later pursued a degree in civil engineering from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi. Mr. Japan also studied at Fordham University in New York, USA, and holds a GCE A-level certificate. Known for his fiery debating skills and persona, Mr. Kennedy Japan is one of the few politicians in Ghana who never lost his parliamentary seat since 2000. In addition to serving as a member of the Special Budget Committee and the Judiciary Committee, he chaired the Defense and Interior Committees in Parliament and also served as a chairperson of the Communication Committee. As an entrepreneur, a farmer and businessman, he owns a number of businesses in and outside the country, which includes media houses such as Oman FM and Ash FM, the Asin Farms, Supercare Group of Companies, and Hollywood Shopping Center. His presidential expedition began in 2022 when he announced he would not seek re-election to Parliament for a 7th term. Later in May 2022, he announced his intention to contest the presidential primaries of his party, the New Patriotic Party. In his quest to represent his party as its flag bearer for the 2024 elections, Mr. Japon stated that if he won the party primaries and general election, he would utilize his initial 100 days as president to transform the mindset of Ghanaians. He said his presidency was going to develop tourism facilities and sites to make the country a go-to destination for tourists. On the creation of jobs for the youth, Mr. Japon described the youth unemployment rates as alarming, but indicated, per his track record of providing jobs to employ 7,000 people through his personal businesses. In November 2023, Mr. Kennedy Japon stood in the presidential primaries of the New Patriotic Party. He received a 37.4% of the votes cast by delegates, bringing him second to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who was elected to lead the party into the 2024 general election. Mr. Kennedy Ohine Japon is contesting the party's flag bearer position with 4 other aspirants to lead the party in the 2028 general election. Majority of the populace view him as a controversial politician who claims to stand for the truth, irrespective of the subject matter. In every election, Ghana searches for leadership, not just charisma, but character, not just promises, but preparation. Kwabena J. Japon's story begins in a home steeped in public service. The son of a High Court judge, raised with discipline, faith, and an early sense that leadership comes with consequence. At Infantipim School, the values of duty and excellence were not slogans, they were expectations. Then, tragedy in 1982, his father was among the 3 High Court judges abducted and murdered, one of Ghana's darkest chapters. For a young engineering student, grief became a crucible. Trained as a civil engineer at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and later in the United Kingdom, J. Japon learned to build systems, roads, runways, infrastructure where precision is unforgiving and failure visible. From highways to airport runways, his work shaped physical Ghana long before he sought to shape its politics. But engineering was never his only language. For nearly a decade, he spoke to the nation through sports, anchoring primetime television, covering Olympic Games, telling stories of discipline, defeat and triumph. Sports for him was not escape, it was metaphor. As Ghana returned to constitutional rule, J. Japon moved from commentary to political combat. In 2001, he stepped into the inner circle of power, appointed press secretary to President John Kufuor. For 5 years, he stood at the crossroads of governance and communication, managing crisis, shaping message, defending policy at home and abroad. It was an apprenticeship in power, how decisions are made and how consequences are lived. In 2014, the party turned to him again, electing him General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. But politics is not only accent. In 2015, he was suspended from the party. A sudden silence. For some, that is the end. For others, it is recalibration. He returned to engineering leadership, revitalizing professional institutions, restoring credibility, earning continental recognition. Away from the slogans, he refined a belief that Ghana's biggest deficit is not ideas, but its execution. In 2022, Kobina J. Japon declared his intention to run for president, not as a messiah, but as a manager of systems, an engineer of governance. Away from the cameras, he is a husband, a father of 3, grounded by family, shaped by laws, disciplined by process. In a nation debating its future, Kobina J. Japon offers a question as much as an answer. Can experience outweigh excitement? Can systems defeat slogans? Delegates will decide come January 31.
Well, it's crunch time. The wait is over. This is the moment for NPP delegates. The big question remains, who can
voice is simply faster, more natural, and more flexible than typing.